Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Isaac Simple and Ray. Karibu sana to my channel. Uh, Thank you for continuing to follow on my health education topics. Today, we're delighted to be talking more about the prevention of mother-to-child HIV transmission. And this is part 2 of the prep that we talked of as part 1. Now, before we go to the beginning of our new topic, I'd like you to like, subscribe, and share. Let more people be able to learn more about HIV prevention. And also, as we say in this channel, being positive about HIV is not necessarily being HIV positive. And that's our slogan. Let's move on. I will be able to give you around 34 seconds enough for you to be able to subscribe. Thank you. Let us go. I'm giving you this chance for you to be able to subscribe and to be able to like my channel and comment and say what you think we could improve to make our channel more better and to be able to reach more people so that we can be able to enlighten our society and to be able to avert this issue of HIV transmission to our infants. Thank you and God bless you for subscribing. Thank you. Now, let us start. What is HIV? Who is a HIV exposed infant? This is a child who is born by a mother who is HIV positive. And what happens during ANC for us to come up with this HIV exposed infant? Now, when a mother who doesn't know her HIV status goes to or who was previously negative visits an antenatal clinic during pregnancy, a HIV test is done. And in one way or the other, if a test is done and this mother turns to be HIV positive, she is introduced in a prevention of mother to child clinic or PMTCT clinic, where she is undertaken through several health educations during several visits that she attends the clinic, and also as she is being given ARV treatment while still pregnant. Now, when she is undergoing this training, what does she learn? Now, one of the teachings or one of the education that she acquires by undergoing through these clinics, one of them is how to take care of your infant when the infant is born. Two, the importance of your partner getting tested, and if the partner is already being tested and is negative, how to prevent your partner from getting HIV, because it's possible. You can be able to live in a serodiscordance relationship while your partner is still negative and you are HIV positive. The other thing they are taught is how to give your infant prophylaxis. The prophylaxis to prevent your infant from acquiring the virus while still breastfeeding. Now, these are the basics that a mother is taught while she's still pregnant. Now, during the last months to delivery, because not every mother has a right to deliver in the facility of choice. So it is not necessarily where you are started on ANC clinic that you'll automatically deliver. Some people go to ANC clinic, to their close proximity health facilities, and then they have their facility of choice where they feel more comfortable to deliver their child at. Now, during the last months of delivery, a mother is given two kinds of prophylaxis. One of the prophylaxis that a mother is given to carry with during the day of going for delivery is nevirapine syrup. The other drug that a mother is given for the newly born infant is zidovudine syrup. So there are two types of syrups that a mother is given. And they are taught on how to use them, but the dosage of how to use them is prescribed by the delivering doctor. Why a delivering doctor and not the clinician at the CCC facility or at the PMTCT clinic? This is because these drugs are prescribed depending on the birth weight of the newly born infant. So the doctor who was at the PMTCT clinic cannot dictate the dose because you cannot be able to weigh before the baby is born. I hope we are together at that point. Thank you. So you are given the drugs, but the dosage on how to use the drugs you are shown by the delivering doctor, because the doctor will be able to weigh the baby immediately the baby is born, and according to the knowledge that the doctor has, will be able to give you the right prescriptions on the volume to be able to give you a newly born infant, so that you can be able to prevent the newly born infant from getting transmission of HIV during breastfeeding. Now, someone may ask, how about the frequency? The frequency of how to use the drug, you'll be told while carrying these drugs. Usually we write them on the bottles of those syrups. Nevirapine is given once per day. Zidovudine is given 12 hourly. One is given 24 hourly, the other one is given 12 hourly. I hope we are clear at that point. So, zidovudine is the one that is given 12 hourly, and while nevirapine is given 24 hourly. That means once a day nevirapine, zidovudine twice a day, or 12 hourly, because a day has 24 hours. We are together at that point? Thank you. Now, someone may ask, why should I give my newborn drugs instead of just getting away and avoiding my breast milk? Now, when you decide to avoid your breast milk, you are doing a very horrible mistake. Why? If you decide to give your child cow milk contains a protein that we call casein. 80% of cow milk contains casein protein, and casein protein is not easily digestible by the child, by the newborn's the digestive system. So the baby will not be able to digest the milk from the cow. However, mother's milk contains whey protein. Cow contains casein protein, and the mother contains whey protein. Whey protein is easily digestible by the infant's digestive system, and it is very useful and important for the development of your newborn. The other thing, mother's milk has a normal warm temperature, a very standardized warm temperature that is readily available, while cow's milk, will store it in the fridge, other people will store it anywhere, I don't know, and then this milk will end up getting bacteria. The bacteria will be able to grow inside this milk, and you are risking your child to infection. And the biggest cause of death in newborns is diarrhea and dehydration. So why should your child get diarrhea and dehydration and die because of your recklessness, while you can just give your child breast milk that is free of charge? The other thing, or the other importance, your breast milk contains antibodies, or they offer immunity for your child. So while your child is breastfeeding, they also acquire immunity against other diseases. So this tells us that your breast milk is very important for your child compared to cow's milk or the formula milk. So that's why we highly recommend that you breastfeed your child. Now, when you are breastfeeding your child and your child is taking the prophylaxis as we prescribe, how frequently do we test for HIV? Usually, the HIV test that we do is not the normal one that we do for adults, the determine test or the antibody test. For the infants, we usually do a DNA PCR test. And a DNA PCR test or a PCR test is done for a child 6 weeks from when the child was born. If the child is negative, the child will be tested again at 6 months. If the child is still negative, the child will also at 6 months be given immunization for measles and also will be given vitamin A. Are we clear at that point? Thank you. Now, after we get the other immunizations at 6 weeks, 10 weeks, and 14 weeks are normal for HIV positive and HIV negative. The only difference here comes at the 6 months, where your child will require measles injection at 6 months and vitamin A, and also you will start introducing feeds while still your child is breastfeeding. Now, we also do PCR test at 12 months, and this is when we complete our PCR tests. If your child is still HIV negative and still your child is breastfeeding, we also test at 18 months. But now at 18 months, we do not do PCR test, we do antibody test, or this determine kit test that we do using the determine kits. Now, when we have done with at 18 months, usually most of the children have stopped breastfeeding. But if your child is still breastfeeding, they will continue taking nevirapine as long as they are breastfeeding. But usually, you say, of course, you cannot give your child breast milk at up to 24 months. I don't know whether they still do, but we do not recommend. At least breastfeed your child maximally 18 months. Then from there, your child will stay without breastfeeding, and at 24 months, if your child is not breastfeeding, now that's when we do our head cohort analysis or our mother cohort analysis, and then we'll be able to discharge your child from the clinic, either HIV positive if you did not adhere to our guidance, or HIV negative, and a graduation that is very beautiful is done to your kid having qualified and passed the whole prophylaxis treatment and coming out HIV negative. And that is the joy of every mother who is HIV positive and who is willing to deliver and raise a HIV negative child. So this is a journey that we start as healthcare workers and the mother, but it is more juicier and more better when even the father is involved, so that we can be able to walk this journey as a family and also pamoja na healthcare workers. So kindly be able to educate your friends, your colleagues, so that they can be able to learn more on how, if they are HIV positive, how they can be able to live positively with their HIV, while taking treatment on HIV or highly active antiretroviral therapy, and raise children who are HIV negative. I think that is in order, and that's where we are going to close our show today. Please do not forget to like, to subscribe, to share, and also make a comment where you feel that we should improve. We are free to be corrected so that we can be able to give you a more better show in the next episodes. So thank you for watching my channel, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye bye. I love you all. Bye.